What's going on, everybody? Joel Tavares here. You're watching ShockReaction on DualShockers TV from DualShockers.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Battlefield 4 and all the hoopla surrounding it. So Battlefield 4 has seen its fair share of controversy. Most recently, we've learned of a class action lawsuit that's being put together by a couple of players who are unhappy with the way things have turned out since its launch on the PlayStation 4 and the way things have turned out on its launch with the Xbox One console as well. So players across all platforms are seeing their varying degrees of issues, ranging from can't get into games to even being thrown out of certain games, from being killed by a frag grenade. Like, it's really getting out of hand. Again, the game has been seeing its fair share of support from DICE, so they are trying to do what they can, but that's not really meshing too well or ending up too well with gamers who had the intention of buying a game, spending $60 and hoping that the game wasn't as broken as this title is right now. So moving forward, now patches have come out. DICE is trying its best to address many of the gamers' concerns. The PlayStation 4, for example, has already received 3 separate 600 megabyte updates. All three of them have been trying to bring the console's version up to par with maybe what the PC players have been receiving. But what we've seen so far is that things aren't so good on their end either. But speaking on behalf of that PS4 version, I can tell you that this game is still very much broken. It's very hard to recommend to people because certain things just don't work, and it's a shame because when it does work, it is amazing. This is a next-gen shooter console experience, and it's great that we can have these 32 on 32 epic battles and these high intensity situations in a shooter, and it's a lot of fun. It looks beautiful. It's nice to play when it works. The problem is that's only about half of the time as it stands. The most recent patch I can discuss a little bit because I did have a couple playthroughs the other night. Again, now we have newer issues that are rising, so it's like you're getting all these glitches with revivals. All of a sudden, people are dying a lot quicker from shots that would have before taken much longer to take enemies down. All of a sudden, players are getting killed really quick, and no one knows really what's going on. No one knows what DICE is really doing with this game at this point. So right now, besides the class action lawsuit, we're trying to figure out, where does EA go from here? Because as it stands, they're just looking like that company that shipped a broken game, knew they were shipping a broken game, and it's playing that game of ship now, patch later. I'm not sure how that's gonna mesh with gamers. I know a lot of people that are just simply outraged by this, and with good reason. You're talking about spending $60 on a product that is for the most part unplayable. To put things in perspective, the single player campaign of this game, not that people pick this up for single player, it probably is a second thought, but even if you wanted to play it, you had to download a second patch on the PlayStation 4 just to get it to not corrupt your save file, where you'd lose all your progression that you've built up from days of playing or hours of playing. And it's a real shame that it's gotten to that point. So how does EA address this? I don't know the answer to that. I can compare it to other issues. I can talk about Grand Theft Auto Online and how Rockstar handled their own launch issues, where that game was pretty much broken as well out of the gate. What they did, they send out a pack where players who did go through the rougher spots received 500,000 of in-game currency, where they can spend it on on anything they want. They got it on 2 separate deposits, but it was nice that Rockstar at least went that route and did something for the players, for the people that invested their time and their patience as they played through that broken game. Now, what EA can do, I don't know, because as it stands right now, it's like their game is broken and they rather advertise more content to you that they can sell you, rather than saying, you know what, maybe this China Rising thing should be free for players that have put up with us. Maybe the next map pack or the next expansion pack should be free for the players that have endured the nonsense that is Battlefield 4 right now. But again, this is going to be EA's call to make. But what we can do as gamers, most importantly as consumers, because this isn't okay in any industry. You don't ship a broken product and then expect no one for there not to be any pushback from the people that are buying that product. And it's a shame because the way games work and these licenses, that they're pretty much selling you a license for you to play the game, but you don't really own it. There's all these technicalities, so it's hard, and I don't know where we go from here. But EA, if you're watching, you need to do something. You need to make things right. Your customers deserve better. Gamers deserve better. Don't ship a broken game. You know, if anything, look at other publishers or developers who are ready to delay a title and make sure that it's ready before you ship something that just simply does not work. At this juncture, Battlefield is one of those titles. So we'll be watching closely to see how this all turns out. It probably won't end well, and you know, it's never enough, right? So I'm asking for for the maps. You know, don't, you know, give us some kind of content. Give us something for those for the hours of suffering that we've endured playing Battlefield 4, because it's not like we can return it to you and get our $60 back. So you know what? Make this right by us. Thanks for watching. This has been DualShockers TV on DualShockers.com. This is the Shock Reaction. If you enjoyed what you watched, please give us that thumbs up down below. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel, DS Originals, on YouTube. Thanks for watching.